Hello, everybody. I want to remind you, or actually let you know that on our number one, remind you of our office training site. I sent everybody the email. It's the one with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 code. Uh, Anyways, in the new real estate forms, I'm going to open that up real quick. Real estate forms. I uploaded, and I'm going to be continuing uploading some of the new disclosures that are out there, such as the new residential purchase agreement, listing agreement. It'll all be there. As a matter of fact, let me just kind of go over. Make sure on all our disclosures, we're looking at the dates. Purchase agreement dated 7/24. New disclosures came out July 24th. There's some that came out in June, but the new updated residential purchase agreement was 7/24. As with the listing agreement, 7/24 as well. Now, don't get confused on some of the disclosures have different dates. So when you go into like the listing agreement package or residential purchase agreement package, it's like the disclosure real estate agency relationship, that's going to be dated like 12/21. So those dates are going to be different, right? Because not every disclosure was redone up until 7/24. So let's see here. Multiple listing addendum. Yeah, this one was 7/24. So there's a bunch of new forms. Seller advisory though 6/23. So broker conversation. So anytime you do basically for the listing, 19 pages are going to pop up for the listing. It's all one big package. The listing agreement alone, it got a little bit bigger. It's 7 pages, but the whole package, so to speak, is going to be 19 pages. As with the purchase agreement, it's 27 pages. Not the purchase agreement itself is only 17, but with all the, I call it the package. Anytime you try to download the, say the purchase agreement, it's going to be 27 pages with all these other disclosures in here. So it's going to be, samples are going to be again in our office forums under the real estate, new real estate forums videos. I'm going to be uploading some more disclosures. Not going to be all of them, but some of them. Some of the big ones too that I wanted to kind of go over is like the open house one. Like if you're doing an open house for your client or somebody else, there's really like a new sign-in where you're supposed to be able to, you're supposed to ask the clients if they have any agents, and if they don't want to fill anything out, you really can't talk to them about much about the house. Kind of like there's a room, there's a room, there's a room, because of the whole agency agreement and buyer broker agreement. So there's a new sign in. It's OHNA-SI. So I uploaded that as well because that's to me an important form. Another big one is on the on the buyer broker agreement, the new one, 7/24. We're actually there's right here time to deliver personal buyer information. There's a new form, BFPI. Check it. I know we do loans, but that if you're not doing loans, the buyer basically is getting the financial information of the client. So basically, real estate agents are all kind of turning into mini loan officers, so to speak, because we're supposed to get their financial information to make sure that we're showing them properties and or what they want they can afford. So you can go through this form right here. It's BFPI, and we need bank statements, whatnot, and also tells the realtor, or so to speak, tell a realtor, do they have money to pay you what their, the 2.5% or whatever you're going to be charging, or 2.5%. That's what we're charging the buyers. But for instance, we need their financial information, so kind of funny. So that's an important form that's popping up. Another one would be notice of broker involved properties. The notice of broker involved properties would be all the properties that you've shown the client. You might want to obviously write them down and send it to them, because if they're going to go to another, for instance, another broker, if you've already showed them the property, you should be compensated on that property. So kind of a good practice to get all the properties that you've shown them, start writing them down, and also too for proof that you're actually doing your job as a buyer broker or buyer's agent, that you're showing them all these bunch of properties. So, and if you check this little box, you can have another sheet if you've shown a lot of properties. So now it's gonna be a good idea to document all the properties that you show. And also too, that I uploaded in there is the quick form summary. It's 6 pages, and it gives a little breakdown of the new forms released the week of July 22nd, which was last week. So gives you a little tidbit, like for instance, buyer material issue for physical property. Gives a little right there. So new. So that's there. And also too, I wanted to touch on learning classes. That's another box in our office training. Learning classes. These are slide decks of topics that people have asked to learn about. For instance, loan to cost if you're dealing with investors, introduction to listing, loan process overview, what is title insurance, what is a TC, what is a mortgage loan processor, introduction to loan pricing, preparing for the processor. It's supposed to be preparing documents or the file for the processor, and it's just a little slide deck, kind of what processor would need. If there's any topics that you all want me to have something done on, I gotta, like this one, introduction to Instagram. We gotta edit this one because that's not useful Instagram. But point is if there's any other topics, let me know and we'll get slide decks made on there. There's a bunch more that we're backlogged on, but let me know, email me what else you guys want to learn about, and I'll have it made up. So if you have any questions, let me know.